Mama said to strap on your ear goggles, bitches. It's time for some pop goulash. I'm Reuben.
Fuck that, you're Forrest.
And here is Jenny.
Hey guys, I'm Dana.
What's up, bitches?
That was a really tight impression. That was good.
Yeah, I've been working on it for 20 fucking years. Mom always said that I had to practice.
Well, it fucking paid off, son.
And I got magic legs.
By the way, so I didn't listen. I haven't had a chance since the episode dropped today, the last one. Did you mention your new foray too?
Yeah, and I totally fucked it up too. For one, I said that the 0 episode was going to be dropping on May 16th instead of March 16th because I'm fucking retarded
yeah.
and don't know the difference between May and March. And I mean,
they totally sound the same.
Yeah, totally. And the 2 months with M.
Right.
Never mind, my wife was born in May. And I totally fucked up the name of it because I kept saying, "Oh yeah, it's a podcast. It's going to be called what did I say? Saved by the Belding." And
yeah, that's what you told me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's For Whom the Belding.
The Belding Tools. That's cool.
Right, and we were talking about trying to use like a ukulele version of Metallica's "For Whom the Bell Tolls" is like the intro, but then they're like, "Yeah, but Metallica's kind of cunty about people using their shit," and I'm like, "But what if it's parody?"
Or what if there's a shitty flute version?
Ooh, yeah, but that's more pop goulash territory. That's not really like.
I mean, it kind of is.
So yeah, so if you're listening to this, the 0 episode dropped a week ago. So
it did. Oh
no, because this is coming out next week.
Got it. By the way, you guys should just fucking do a 90210 podcast because I own the entire series.
Dude, I had to buy.
I could have hooked you up with.
I had to buy the first 2 seasons on eBay.
Yeah, and it was Good Morning Miss Bliss was like the very, very that's how the show started out.
Yeah, and that's like we kind of brushed on that, and I can't find that anywhere. And I hear it's fucking awful from what I hear. It's probably on YouTube. I can probably find it on YouTube somewhere.
I would definitely check there because then it quickly turned into Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. Yeah. But yeah, so I just watched the first episode and oof.
Yeah, it gets better.
Sure.
Well, so fun things. So a couple weeks ago, we went to a trivia night, and I fucking kicked ass. It was a 90s trivia night.
Nice.
And our team was called Zack Attack, like the band from the show Saved by the Bell.
I did not know there was a thing.
Oh, just wait. You'll fall down the rabbit hole. You'll understand soon enough. Maybe not soon,
mm-hmm.
but then you'll also get into like the summer and then the college years.
The college years of all one season.
Yeah, but the college year-ish.
Yeah. And then the 7 years of the next class.
Oh god,
which
that was so terrible.
Went for almost twice as long as the original series.
Did it really?
Well, not really. No, because I think the original series went 5 seasons.
It might have even been longer.
No,
than
it wasn't.
that.
I IMDb'd it when we were
Really?
talking. Yeah, it was like 5 seasons. It was from 92 to 90 or
it was late 80s.
89 to 92.
Yeah.
So they got 5 seasons out of that.
Fuck.
Yeah, and then
including the college years?
No.
Okay.
That's just the original run.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
Then the next class got 7 seasons.
Ugh.
I didn't even know there was a next class.
Please tell me you're not even like going to be touching that shit.
I don't know.
I really hope for your sake you're not.
But then there's also the movie. Because they did like a big made-for-TV movie where one of them got married or something.
Yes, they did the wedding. Oh my god, that's what April Richards. I think we were just talking about it. I believe that she released an episode of her podcast about that too.
Yeah, and then we're talking about maybe as extra credit doing the Screech porno.
Oh, I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, so that'll be coming to your ear holes soon.
We can even take a trip up to fucking Milwaukee and go hang out with him.
Well, he's behind bars.
I mean,
like, how would you approach that?
Unquote, the air quotes hang out with them, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, how would you approach that when you get to the gates of the prison? You were like,
we're here to see Screech.
We're here to see Screech. Actually, I think he's out. I think he's out.
I don't think he was in for very long, but I mean, we could go
up
there and hang
one,
out with him.
If you're Screech, why, for fuck's sake, are you partying in a New Year's Eve in a dive bar in Milwaukee?
Because it's Milwaukee.
I guess.
I mean,
I don't know.
Milwaukee.
Do these guys know how to party or what?
We're not worthy.
Right?
We're scum.
Oh, man. So a couple weeks back, we had a field trip.
Yay, we did. Hi, Tom. You
Hi,
cunt.
Tom.
We miss you.
You sweaty bald bastard.
But before
Not
we
sweaty bald as in his balls, but sweaty
bald
bastard.
Duh. Before we even got into the venue, we witnessed
saw
a car accident right fucking in front of us, like 5 feet away.
Right? And I called the popo.
You sure did.
Because I'm a good citizen like that.
Oh, so we should probably tell that we went to go see Jason
Isbell solo show.
And he was at the Tivoli in Downers Grove. And it was amazing because Kelly Hogan and the Ladybeards opened.
Yeah, they were actually really, really good.
They were fabulous.
And it was funny because like when we found out who was opening,
Reuben's like, who the fuck is that?
Right? She's like, Dana calls me. She's like, dude. Or she texts me because Dana never calls me.
I never call anybody.
It's like, fuck you, bitch. Text me. She texts me and she's like, dude, you have to listen to Kelly Hogan. I'm like, why the fuck am I going to listen to Hulk Hogan's daughter? Her album was fucking awful. And she's like, no, you dumb fuck.
Well, even Tom was like, we were both like appalled that you had no idea who she was. And Kelly Hogan, for those who...
Well, dude, you have to understand that like the whole like Bloodshot Records thing totally whizzed by me because I was listening to other shit.
Understandable. But for me, like it didn't, because I had a friend who was interning at Bloodshot for a while. So I was introduced to Nora O'Connor and Kelly Hogan. And Kelly Hogan actually used to sing in Nico Case's band.
Right.
So Kelly Hogan's been around forever. And it was Kelly Hogan and the Pine Valley Cosmonauts for a while. She's just fucking phenomenal, and she brought tears to my eyes a couple times.
She was fucking good, man.
Great.
The harmonies were excellent.
They were beautiful.
And I actually went to Kiss the Sky last week.
Yeah, when you texted me about their schedule, and I couldn't go.
Well, I mean, that's their entire schedule for the summer.
For the summer, right. But I should say I wasn't able to go that day. Right.
Well, I was just texting it to you so you had it.
No, I'm glad that you did.
But I was talking to Mike about it because we ran into Mike from Kiss the Sky and his son. And I'm like, dude, I could see the fucking albedo reflecting from your fucking head from the lights. He's like, yeah, fucker, I saw you too. I'm like, all right, we're cool. But he sat third row.
He was third row.
Well, he bought the VIP package.
But it was
so he got a poster and access to I think the first 5 rows.
So that was the interesting thing. So what they did was they sold VIP tickets and then they sold general admission. But even for VIP, it was first come first serve.
Yeah, it was still general admission, but you got your choice of the first 5 rows. It was they had it all cordoned off.
Fucking great though.
With scary black guys that were no, I'm kidding. They were black guys, but they weren't scary.
Downers Grove, so everybody was scared of the African American folk.
Right.
But
dude, check it.
Is that Coldplay?
My Beastie Boys collection is complete.
For a minute, I was like, "What? Get the fuck out!" Nice.
Yeah, they reissued it.
They did.
So I'm holding in my hands a copy of Hot Sauce Committee Part 2, which, when it first came out, on vinyl, mind you, when it first came out, I have a long running thing with Mike and the guys at Kiss the Sky. I'm like, dude, if the Beastie Boys come out, you fucking hold a copy for me on vinyl. I might not be in there immediately. It might be a couple months, but I'm good for it.
You'll be there.
I will be there. Well, when they initially released it, they sold my copy out from under me.
What?
Mike did, because he's a cunt sometimes. And the bitch about it is when they released it initially, there was a 45 that came with it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I totally missed out. And that's the first time.
God damn it, Mike.
I know. And it's like the first time since I started listening to the Beastie Boys that I didn't get an original first pressing of their record. Because obviously I don't have a first pressing of Paul's Boutique or License to Ill.
Look on eBay.
I have. They're fucking expensive.
I'm sure that they are. Save up in the fucking penny jar. You know what I mean?
Word.
The Cure is going to be releasing something for Record Store Day.
Are they?
Yeah, it's like supposedly they've been talking about this for years. It's supposed to be a follow-up to Mixed Up.
Really?
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I have that.
I own it too. And
I mean, on CD, I don't have the vinyl, but I've got it.
Right. I don't have or do I have the vinyl? Actually, now that I think about it, it's possible I own it. I own way too many fucking records of theirs that I don't always
think
recall.
about.
But they're releasing something, and Jason Isbell. So this was interesting. I was reading.
Speaking of which, because we never really talked about it. We
didn't really talk about that. We will, though, here in a second. There is an album that's going to be released. I can't remember. It's a live album. It was when he did Sirens of the Ditch back from, I think it's from like 2007.
Was that like his first?
It was his first solo effort. And that's the tour that I saw him on. Or was it I'm sorry, I might be messing up the year. I think maybe it's 2009. Regardless though.
Irregardless.
Irregardless. He's discouraging fans from buying it because he said it's a really shitty representation,
which is going to make people go out and immediately buy it.
Go buy it, and that was it. And I was like, well, now that you're saying that, Jason, I need to fucking own this. But he had said that he knows he can't stop it because it was before he ever had his own record label, etc. But he's encouraging people to not buy.
Really?
Yeah. I said discouraging and then I said encouraging. So whatever. But Isbell was fabulous that night when we saw him. It was exactly 2 weeks ago tonight.
Was it?
Yeah. Fantastic show though. And I mean, and that fucker was sold out. Because he played 2 nights in a row. He played Tuesday, the 27th, and Wednesday, the 28th at the Tivoli. And it was amazing.
It was a movie theater.
Yes, it was a movie theater. And the interesting thing though about the Tivoli that I liked, which was very different, sometimes movie theater, like the way that the seating was pitched, it was just it was just different. It wasn't as sharp of a incline, decline, whatever you want to say.
It was very gradual.
But it was beautiful and the sound was wonderful there.
Yeah, it did sound fantastic.
Oh, so good. It was
his
so
fucking
good.
guitar was like incredible.
Gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And he's very engaging. Like I remember I saw him one other time in 2009 and that's when he was still drinking.
I was going to say, was it pre-sobriety?
It was pre-sobriety. And I remember he was really fucked up the night that I saw him too.
Really?
And he wasn't as engaging, I would say. And it's not a dig on him. It's just that's where he was at that time in his life. But he was very engaging this time.
Yeah, he had a lot of stories to be told. And it was cool.
Yeah,
dude.
And I didn't realize that he knew Kelly Hogan from back in the day.
Oh, I'm not
which
surprised.
Makes sense though. Yeah. Because she was part of like the Hideout crew. Like, she worked at the Hideout for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, Cecilia.
What is the Hideout?
The Hideout is a music venue. So it's off of, I think it's off of Elston somewhere. Closer heading like toward downtown. Okay. It's not in downtown, but they might still do it, but this was so long ago. I think it was 2005. Cess and I beer tended at their event because it was a music festival, quote unquote.
Right.
So yeah. So, and then Kelly Hogan used to work for Bloodshot Records. She did their publicity or some shit like that.
Because she talked about that on stage.
She did, and it was very cool. And when she was talking about the one song Golden and how the inspiration, how she saw this billboard going on 9094 with Ted Nugent, I believe that was a loop.
Yeah, it was a loop sign.
That's what I thought. It was a loop sign.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
the loop. By the way.
Yeah, but dude, Isbell's fucking anxiety. Like that song,
it's a song, yeah,
perfectly encapsulates what it's like to have anxiety issues.
Yeah,
perfectly.
I knew you were happy. You had told me you were very happy to hear the song that night.
Yeah, I was fucking stoked.
It was it was
a great show.
Yeah,
absolutely great show,
it was
and
really good. Yeah,
I think the only other time that I've seen a bigger artist do a solo performance like that was when I saw Neil Young.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and it was just as good. I saw him at Chicago Theater with Eli's dad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Not Chicago Theater, Rosemont Theater.
Rosemont Theater?
Yeah, and it was just him doing solo. It was him on guitar. Like, just, he had a piano set up and a guitar, a couple guitars, and he just played for 2.5 hours.
See, I love that. And what I think I really enjoyed, this was kind of how I felt when Mike and I went to go see Rachel, too. Very intimate setting.
Yeah.
It was only, I think, what did you say? It was like 1,100 people
like
that the theater sat.
Oh, Tivoli? Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, I've seen a lot more shows with like just the artist, just whatever. But, because
I think I saw like Aaron Lewis from Stained with Cess.
Oh,
at House of Blues. Yeah, I won tickets. I think I won tickets on the radio or something like that.
Yeah.
And we went to that. It was good, but I'm not a huge Stained fan. But he didn't do any Stained songs. It was all like his solo shit.
It was his stuff, yeah.
And it was all like country-ish.
Holy balls, by the way. Did you see the Ravinia schedule was released today?
Yeah.
Dude, Ben Folds is going to be there, which I'm stoked about, and Matt Nathanson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and your buddy Lauryn Hill is coming back to town this year.
Yeah, she can eat a bag of dicks.
I almost texted you when I saw the band is in town announcements. I was like, oh, I'm not going to fuck with them.
No.
I know you're still salty about that from last year.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. I still just... The venue is beautiful. I just don't care for a concert in the park like that.
Oh, I love it. Like, Mike and I are going to get tickets. Mike, my boyfriend. Because it's official. The night that we last recorded here... We made it official that night.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I saw the lineup, I saw the video, and there are some interesting artists coming through.
Yeah.
But I just don't care enough to go up there to see them up there.
It's
it's a fucking twat and a half to get up there.
It is a pain in the ass to get up there.
Parking can suck a bag of dicks.
But you got to get there early, man. Like, that's the
Dude,
thing. You get
that's
up
the
early
thing.
and you stake your claim on your spot.
Dude, when me and Jake went to go see Lauren Schmick, like, we left at like 3:00 for that show.
Yeah.
And we got up there and they're like, yeah, you got to park in Hawthorne Woods and hoof it.
And Hawthorne Woods.
Or Hawthorne Park or whatever is just north of where Ravinia is, the town that's up there. We had to park up there Highland Park and take a shuttle to the fucking train. A shuttle to the train to the fucking thing or whatever, the shuttle at the train station to the venue.
Yeah.
Place can eat a bag of dicks.
See, and I think it was for that particular show because
I'm not rich enough to enjoy that place.
Yeah, see, but I love it. I'm excited to go back, and especially for a Ben Folds show, I will happily go.
See, if I went there, I'd have to get a pavilion seat.
I mean, I've done pavilion once. Seth and I saw Buddy Guy in the pavilion, and it was awesome. But I think for me,
Kirsten's folks saw Willie Nelson there last year in the pavilion.
Did they?
Yeah.
The pavilion is awesome. It's concert seating.
You know, I wonder if they've ever gotten if they got a contact high at that show.
You can't smoke or anything like in the
dude.
What?
Have you voted yet?
No.
Vote.
Okay.
You can skip all the politicians. There's a referendum on the ballot for recreational.
Really?
Yes.
Do you think it's going to pass though?
I don't care. I voted.
No. I'm curious of like your thoughts about that. If you think it's going to pass or not.
I think the interesting thing is that nobody's talking about it.
That's what I was going to say. I had no idea that was going to be on the ballot.
Yeah, it's very quiet right now.
Interesting.
And it's on the ballot. I voted for it. I'm like, yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Revenue. Hello.
Well, right.
But yeah, it's one of those where I'm just like, fucking A. Just do that shit. And I texted Tom. I'm like, Tom, you need to go vote. He's like, fuck you, I don't vote. I'm like, dude, recreational's on the ballot. He's like, God damn it, now I gotta go vote.
Did you go to the middle school over here to go vote?
No, I went across the street to the fucking police station.
Oh.
To the Streamwood police station?
Really?
That's where our polling place is.
Oh, probably for you. Mine is at the middle school.
Mm-hmm. Why do I live closer to the middle school than you?
It's right across the street from my house.
I have to go all the way down to the fucking Streamwood police station. That's
it's the zoning, however they zoned it here.
Fucking gerrymandering bullshit.
Literally, like it's on the other side of Irving Park from my house.
Yeah, well, we did early voting, so I don't know if they're doing early voting at the...
I don't
Maybe
know.
they're doing early voting at the Streamwood location,
Maybe
and then the actual on the 20th they're doing it
at the middle school.
At the middle school, but dude, go vote.
That's what it could be.
So all of our Illinois listeners, go vote for for legalization. Legalize it. So
okay,
but yeah, Isbell was good. So last week, fucking brain.
One day at some point.
Yeah. So on the last podcast, I brought up that we ought to just do a "What's Carlos Eating" segment because he always wants to talk about food. Like he doesn't really do a lot of the pop culture stuff, because like a lot of times we're like, yeah, this and this, and he's like, what's that? I'm like, dude, seriously? But he's down with knowing food, so I'm like, maybe we ought to do a "What's Carlos Eating" segment to the podcast.
Down for that.
So we could do that, and then we could do a "What show is Dana going to now?" Because you go to a lot of shows, even though you're like, dude, I'm fucking broke.
Oh, sorry
you.
for a second. When you said show, I'm like, TV? Like,
No.
I'm out
Concerts.
with a boyfriend all the time. But yeah, concerts, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so like we could do a segment now called "Where's Dana Going? Where is she going? And what she gonna see?" That could be our theme song. So if any of our poppers out there like have any good ideas to like send us some, like start making theme songs for us, because that would be rad. And if you compose a theme song for us, we will put it on the podcast. It will be our theme songs.
We could have people vote. We could, if we have a few submissions, we can have people vote.
And yeah, we'll put them up, and then you can vote for the ones that you like, and we'll give you credit and bragging rights.
Did you talk about the Patreon?
No, because we still have to talk about the Patreon. But we do have a Patreon account. We haven't started anything with it yet, but
you fuckers need to donate
at some point once we get everything hashed out.
Totally.
So we want. Yeah, that's me. Fuck off. But yeah, we want to make sure that if you guys are donating to our cause, that we give you at least some decent value added.
Yeah.
So
I might give you pocket lint.
Carlos might come to your house for a naked massage.
Right, exactly.
He's good for those.
Right, exactly. I might like let my dogs kiss you, and I mean, I don't know if you live close enough, within like local distance ish. A couple hours might be agreeable.
But like, maybe extra podcasts here and there, and
for secret squirrel shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
And then maybe like for higher levels, get a Pop Goulash t-shirt.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea.
Because we do have Pop Goulash t-shirts.
That's right.
At least 2 of us have Pop Goulash t-shirts.
Have
and I know I wear mine, but you're Miss Dress all the time, so you don't wear yours.
I am Miss Dress. I wear it at home, but
So,
you
but
should
yeah,
just make a Pop Goulash dress. I would wear the fuck out of that.
That's hilarious. We'll do a poodle skirt, a Pop Goulash poodle skirt.
Actually, we probably could do something like that.
So, but yeah, so we're gonna keep your keep posted on that. We'll let you know what's going down with that. So,
did I tell you Mike and I are going to New York next month, right before my birthday?
Really?
Yeah. It's our first official couple trip, and
well, if you don't stab him at the end of the trip, it might actually work out.
Well, we were talking about that. He's like, I can't wait to get in our first fight when we were on vacation. I was like, cool.
That's rad. I hope you guys have a good time.
I mean, I think it's going to be fun. He's never really had the opportunity to enjoy hanging out in New York, because typically when he's gone there, it's been for work trips, and it's like a super short turnaround time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no.
Well, we're going to stay in Brooklyn. We're going to stay in Brooklyn Heights like I did the first time that I went out there last year.
Mm-hmm.
I already talked to my friends out there. We're going to hang out with them, do shit, maybe try to catch a show when we're out there too. Cool. So that's exciting.
That's cool. We're going to London.
When?
Bitches. Some point in the summer. We haven't quite figured it out yet. Yeah. We got to get the P's on board. We're going to talk to them when we go to Florida next week.
That's awesome.
And we're going to go to London. Kirsten and I, we're going to leave the kids with the in-laws, and
that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're going to get the fuck out of Dodge. Well, we're going to go to England. I'm sure now we're probably not going to spend the entire time in London. But hey, we're going to head that direction.
Some of our listeners out there, maybe you could grab a pint with them.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think we have any UK listeners anymore.
There are a couple.
There were a few that listened, but we haven't had any. I've been looking at the stats. They've stopped listening, maybe because I started talking shit. I don't know.
Really? Because as of a month ago, I saw them.
Oh, really?
Still had them.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. You know what, though? I wonder if it's part of the Turds. The Bastards pub that I'm in. They call their fans called they're called the Turds.
Maybe, but
and there are a few that are overseas.
We still get a few people like Sean, I know for sure, is from the UK, and he interacts with us still.
Sean is from Australia.
Sean Moon?
Oh, no. I'm thinking somebody else.
Did I say, is that the right? Did I get it right?
I think so.
Did I?
I don't know.
Now I kind of have
Hi, Sean.
Anyway, hi, Sean. We're totally calling you out.
Yeah, we're fucking idiots.
If I fucked it up, just yell at me or something.
That
it's fine.
Fucking send us an email at popgoulash42@gmail.com and we'll read it. God damn, that fucking email address, all it's doing is collecting dust and junk mail.
I know.
Can you please send us an email, guys? We would love to hear from you.
I know. But you know what? It's cool, guys. Whatever. You'll figure it out soon.
Dude, couple months. Foo Fighters.
I know. And that's, again, it's a Sunday show, right?
I believe, yes.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah, because Mike is also going with us.
That's right. He's going to
sit like 2 rows behind us.
Which is crazy.
I can't believe he found tickets, though.
Yeah, that's
And he
weird.
found them for a pretty good price.
Well, you find a single ticket, it's easy to find a ticket.
It's kind of what we figured.
So. But yeah, so we got Foo Fighters. I got Pearl Jam tickets.
That's right.
Yeah, Eli and I are going to go to Pearl Jam. And that's it for me. We got Eli and I are going to go to Rollins at C2E2.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
He got us tickets. Apparently, C2E2 has been posted on Facebook. Apparently, there are only 2 tickets left as of 4 o'clock today. There were only 2 tickets left for the show. Yeah.
That's awesome,
but it'll be cool to see Rollins. I haven't seen Rollins since Since we went with Jake, Eli and I went with Jake at Talia
Okay.
Hall. That was the last time we saw him, and that was 2 years ago, I think.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because it was his spoken word.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't do music anymore.
Well, that's right.
Or if he does, it's just like a guest here and there. He doesn't
That's
really
right.
he doesn't make music anymore of his own. So
it's all good.
So yeah, got that going.
My whiteboard at home is filled with shows.
I'm sure.
Like filled with
Right.
shows. And I'm trying to, like I was telling you, I'm going to get the Ravinia tickets. What I do like that.
Yeah, and I always like you to, dude, I can't do anything. I'm broke.
Well,
I got like 17 tickets for this. But knowing you'll be like, yeah, I'm selling like half of these fucking tickets.
No, it's not going to happen. I have friends coming in from out of town to go to some of the shows with me. So this is like the year of me actually like fucking coming back and like bouncing, you know what I mean? Like bouncing back from being like depressed and shit. But
I did that. It took medication.
Well, I knock on wood, I didn't need medication. I needed
I
to
had
lose
to go
60
see the
pounds
rapist.
and get out of my head. And lose another 175 pounds.
Maybe you should go see the rapist. That's therapists, Sean. Your mother's a whore.
I'm stoked though because what they're doing at Ravinia this year, the way that they're putting the tickets on sale, they're staggering them. Thank God they finally fucking got the brilliant idea to do that. So for any shows,
like the pavilion goes on sale one day,
No.
and they're finally sectioning off the goddamn lawn, which is infinite.
no.
It's like going to fucking. I can only imagine it's like going to see a show at fucking Central Park.
No, it's me. I love Ravinia. And what they're going to be doing is it's going to be so any shows that are between June and July, they go on sale.
Oh yeah, because they used to like have it every
at
show go
once.
on at once, and then you're chalked up at the fucking.
You're fucked, and then
Yeah.
you're like, then you get stuck like sometimes online. So, there's a specific date for June and July shows, and then there's a specific date for August and September shows. So I texted Mike today. I'm like, dude, I really, really, really want to go to Ben Folds, and he's like, it's a really good like price for lawn tickets. It's $30, I think, $33.
Mm-hmm. To watch somebody eat out of a chafing dish.
Yeah, but dude, it is the experience.
Dude,
like I've
here's
had so
the
many
thing. Here's the
great
thing, dude.
times there. Do you keep hearing that? Like,
Yeah, it's just the fucking headphones.
it's the okay.
It doesn't pick up on the mics.
Got
So
it.
what we can do? Here we go. I will get some tiki torches, not the racist kind, but normal kind of tiki torches, and we can put them up in the backyard. And I can get the grill out, right? And I could cook up some delicious shit. And then, if you want, the pool will be open because I do have an above ground pool where you could drown your ankles. And even have a fire because I have a little fire pit.
Yes, you do.
It's the saddest little fire pit.
It does the job.
Yeah. And then I could get my little gel box, like Bluetooth speaker.
I could bring my JBL speaker.
kicks ass.
Pretty good.
And I could play a Ben Folds live CD. And it would cost like however much the food that you bring to grill would be and alcohol. And you wouldn't have to fuck with parking.
We can do that, but I'm still going to go see him.
And you wouldn't have to you wouldn't have to deal with all those rich cunts up there.
But I love it up there. I always have a great time. I've been going there now for the last 13 years. I mean, I didn't go last year, but I've basically been every year since.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a fantastic time.
Right on. Which side of the driveway did you park on?
The right.
Okay, cool.
Is that good?
Yeah. Okay. Kirsten Park's on the left, so.
Okay, good. I thought so. For some reason, in my head, I was like, right side rings a bell. So
Yeah, she's at a Delta event tonight. So
nice,
yeah.
nice.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I can only think, like, every time she says she's going to one of those, I'm like, Delta, can I help you?
By the way, did you watch This Is Us?
I did. Dude, okay, so what? It's been 2 weeks. 3?
It's been a month.
Since
I
the
looked
last time?
today.
Really?
Yeah.
Since the last time you recorded with us?
Because it was the date, or no. It was right before Valentine's Day, wasn't it?
How was your Valentine's Day?
Oh my God, it was amazing. I had
Nice.
such a great time. Like, so Mike is a big
Heroin
Lebowski
addict.
fan.
No.
And so
Did you know that Lebowski is going to be doing a
the Lebowski Fest, we're going. He got us tickets.
rad? No, they're going to be releasing it to theaters for one day.
Really? When?
Yes, I'm not sure, but check AMC's website.
Let me text him now because I don't think he knew that.
Yeah.
Actually, remind me when we're done and I'll text him because
Sure.
he's a huge fan. So for Valentine's Day, I got him these really cool, like, little wooden, like, painted figures, and I got him a poster.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you piece it together kind of thing, right?
And the Little Lebowski Urban Achievers, proud we are of all of them.
Well, I also got him this really cool vinyl, but it's split colors. It's orange and black.
Okay.
So he didn't have it. He's like, oh my god.
Is it the soundtrack?
Yes, it's
That's
the
awesome.
soundtrack. And then he done good. He got me the Justin Timberlake, The Man of the Woods, on vinyl.
Okay, so I've listened to Man of the Woods.
I love it.
And I got to the Man of the Woods song.
It's not a great song.
And I'm like, bitch,
it.
you're from like...
He's from Tennessee.
Nonetheless. That bitch hasn't been from the woods since he started in sync.
But
ever since he was in the Mickey Mouse Club.
It's his roots, though.
Mm-hmm. But when you hear that song, I'm like, this ain't a Man of the Woods song. This would get you fucked in the ass by a three-toothed fucking mongrel in the woods. God damn it.
See, I love the album, though. I think it's a fantastic album.
I've only listened to a few songs here and there. Like, I put it on because it's probably like the safest album on my iPhone right now that I could play for the kids next to the Beck album.
See, I like it a lot. And the album that he got me, it's actually orange vinyl.
Ooh,
which
fancy.
is pretty dope. Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah. How was your Valentine's Day?
Not bad. Not bad. Kirsten and I went to this place over in Roselle, and it was called like 18... I always want to call it 1814. But it's like 1812 is what it's called, and it's a wine bar and bistro.
Oh, nice.
Nice date place. Really nice date place.
Is it off of Irving?
Yes. Yeah, it's off Irving, kind of like one street south of Irving.
Okay.
It's in the that little kitschy downtown area.
Okay.
But they had the food was fantastic.
Yeah?
And the wine was reasonably priced.
Nice.
And
is it by Linford?
Yeah, it's in the shopping center just north of Linford.
Okay.
Which has good fruit wine, but they have shitty regular wine.
Yeah, see. Yeah.
Because we used to have a wine club membership there.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you know.
But they still made you pay for wine tastings, which was kind of shitty.
Yeah, it's like $15 I heard or something like that.
Yeah, dude, that's why we pay like however much we pay for
Cooper's Hawk.
Cooper's Hawk, and we get free wine tastings every month.
Right.
Date night.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we went there for Valentine's Day and had a nice dinner. My mom came up.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
actually took care of the kids for us that night.
That's cool.
It was good. It was a good night. And then we got done. Like we bought a bottle of wine for dinner, and I drank most of it. And then we drove over to Cooper's Hawk and had a wine tasting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then we came home and I passed out. But it was a nice night. We had a really good time.
That's
a really good time. And then next week when we go to Florida, we're actually taking a night out. We're going up to St. Petersburg.
Okay.
And we got a hotel. We're just going to stay overnight in St. Petersburg.
Good.
Peas are going to watch the kids.
Good.
And we're just going to have a night to ourselves. So it'll be really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So it was before Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems really. No.
I'm almost 100% positive because
I thought it was after Valentine's Day.
Was it after Valentine's
Day? I think it may have been because we went. We didn't record last week.
I gotta look for the date again because I looked it up today at work.
What, do you put it on your calendar when we're recording?
No. I went by the date that we did the last video.
Oh.
Yeah, because that was the last time.
Rainbows. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, you're Miss fucking, I'm single now, and I'm busy, and I'm important, and then I throw up in the fucking sink, because I'm sick all the time, too.
Oh, dude, I was so fucking sick, though, and then I got sick again.
Yeah.
And then I fucking got sick again. It was awful. It was fucking terrible. Yeah,
Talking to the mic, dear.
Sorry. I do it every fucking time.
Well, you know what? If you hold your phone in front of you, you tend not to look to the side.
Yeah, that's true. At any rate.
And then she still holds the phone to the side.
And I still do the fucking phone to the side.
Retard.
Yeah, no, I got sick again. Like, I was really sick then, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, I think it was like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, and I fucking got sick again, and it was bad. Like, I had a fever.
Really?
I was home all weekend. Oh, yeah, because Mike... I think that was the week that he traveled for work, and then we were going to hang out.
Yeah,
we were going
to record,
and then we were going to record that weekend. I was knocked on my ass. I literally slept the entire weekend.
Yeah, because that was the weekend you were supposed to, or that was just last weekend. Yeah, because it was supposed to be, and you were like, because I texted you, I'm like, dude, where you at? And you didn't get back to me.
Not last weekend.
Yeah, so it was last weekend.
No, last weekend on Friday. I wasn't. It was the week before that I was sick, but I still wasn't, because I was getting my period on top of it. So I still wasn't feeling very good.
Yeah, Dana's vagine tends to kill her every 3 weeks.
And
then every 2 weeks, and then every 4 weeks, and then every week, and then, yeah.
Well, reasons
rough.
why I had to go to the doctor too this week. So, but yeah, like I fell asleep on Friday. Like my body was just like, fuck you. The last 2 weeks, like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Haven't been
fuck
feeling
you.
good.
Fuck your dog. Fuck this. Fuck
Yeah.
that. Fuck this in particular. Dude, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite gif of all time.
It's bad though. It was bad. So, but anyway.
So yeah, because you were supposed to come by, and we're like, all right, cool. And I'm like, Dana, where are you? And you're like, dude, I was gonna take a disco nap, and then I came home,
And then I fucking
and next
passed
thing
out.
I know, it's like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was
And
like,
I'm like, bitch,
wow.
I was up. You could have come over. We could have podcasted.
Yeah, that was not happening. I was like,
Dude.
oh.
I know you're a little like trying to be more health conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried that new donut place over there on Irving?
No, the country style donuts. No, I keep seeing it.
Like,
not
I can't
often.
imagine like some like, I know some women like to be with in the mouth. That's the only thing that I could imagine it being like if you enjoyed that sort of thing. Like, if that was your jam, this donut place is that.
Here's the thing. Women should swallow most of the time anyway. Unless he's got funky spunk, you should be swallowing,
Funky
ladies.
Spunk. That was the name of my band in high school.
Mine too.
But dude, like they got these blueberry donuts.
I see, but the place back home where I grew up, Country Donuts, it's the same thing. Like, their blueberry donuts are bomb.
Country Donuts. They have another. There's Country Donuts on 20, just on the other side of Randall Road, right?
Is there really?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome.
Nice. Sorry.
Oh, hold on. My wife's calling.
Oh, okay.
Hey, babe. Hey, you're on the podcast.
What?
You're on the podcast.
He's talking crap about you. Don't listen.
Dana came by. We're recording.
Your podcast game. What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dana came by, so
Hi.
she says hello.
Okay. Hey, Dina. All right. On my way.
Okay, Grayson's in our bed, just FYI.
Is he asleep?
I don't know.
Okay.
We came downstairs about an hour ago. I can only presume that he is.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you when you get home.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. That's not bad. Like talking on my phone. The
I've never done that before through my watch.
yeah, the phone is actually my phone's up in the bedroom.
Is it?
Yeah, on the third floor or second floor.
That's pretty good range for that, for
Right.
the watch.
Mm-hmm. So, but dude, okay. Did you?
Texting him to tell him about the Big Lebowski.
Sure. Did you listen to that song I forwarded you?
I did not.
Oh, you fucking bitch!
I did not.
Dude.
I didn't.
3 minutes of your life.
I know, but you know what? Every fucking time I kept trying to go do it at work today and listen to it, some other fucking person came up to me and had to talk to me. Yeah, but driving, I was talking to my dad on the way home.
You could listen to it when you're trying to take a shit.
No. No, I didn't, though. I did not listen to it yet.
All right. Well, we'll save that for the next.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's something about that band that is going to make you like shit your pants.
Do I need to research? Like,
No, don't research shit. I just want you to listen to the fucking song "Cold," and we will discuss it, and I will tell you the magic behind it.
Okay.
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 God damn it. God damn
Well,
it. Damn it. That is your assignment for the next time we record, which will probably be sometime in June.
Well, I told you we got to work on the schedule.
Right.
Thing.
But dude, did you listen to that fucking Kendrick Lamar song I sent you? Oh.
Like you said, I'm too busy being single and hanging out with my boyfriend, and taking care of my dog who keeps eating my fucking couch.
Dude, what's that all about? Dude, okay.
Oh, and my dog who ate my iPad, both of them.
Yeah, you got dumb fucking dogs, dude.
Yeah, destroyed my fucking iPad.
I know. I saw the pictures. You showed them to us that night you came by.
You saw them. No, I showed you when we were at the theater, I think.
That's right.
Yeah. You saw them. Not every motherfucker listening saw them, and that hurt
I think you
my
posted
soul.
them on your Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah, but not
everybody's on your Facebook.
Yeah, I finally had to throw it out last week. It finally completely drained all the power.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, and so I smacked it on the driveway.
Didn't you have Apple Care?
No, I didn't do it because you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think that I needed to. And then my girlfriend's like, you should have tried to sell it for parts. I'm like, son of a cunt.
Or you could have taken it to a plate. Like, they just had that You Break, I Fix that just opened up on Schaumburg Road.
There would have been no way. I mean, not even just the glass on the front was fucked up. It was on the back, too. Like, they fucking chewed through the metal on the back. Like, it was...
Like, were their mouths all bloody?
Dude, no. But I'm telling you, like, there were... Was it 1 or 2 vet visits out of it?
Really?
Lola was puking up the hard plastic because, like, the soft cover on it, right? So they ate the entire soft cover of the iPad, like on the iPad, and there's hard plastic in there, and there's fucking magnets.
How the fuck do they work?
So it's one of those. It's like it looks like 3 panels, and then you fold it, right? So you can watch
Dude,
it, right?
I have an iPad. But the panel you fold it over, and the magnets inside
they shut it.
Yeah.
Right. So it sits like a cone,
and it also shuts off the iPad.
Well, right, and that's what shuts it off.
Work properly.
Well, fucking Ollie the next morning. First of all, Lola kept me up the entire fucking night. Vomiting little fucking plastic hard chunks, and then Ollie the next morning puked up hard plastic chunks and fucking magnets.
At least they didn't get stuck in his intestine.
Yeah, but dude, so Jake had, when I was homesick that following Friday, I mean, I had, like I said, I had a fever. I was bad sick. I had to tell Jake, and he had to take Ollie to the vet because I take Ollie out to take a shit. First of all, he vomited that morning, and he vomited the morning before.
Dude, you know how hilarious? I mean, it would be horrific, but how hilarious it would have been if he would have shat out an entire iPad.
Dude.
Like a fully formed, completely, like, perfect iPad.
It was bad enough because it was almost a week to the day. He was still puking up the hard plastic pieces. And then when I took him out that Friday after he had vomited, he's shitting in the yard. I'm totally going to be descriptive here. He's taking a dump. And then all of a sudden I see him trying to like pinch it off, but it's not coming off. I'm like, fuck, I got to go. He's got hair stuck to his turds again. So I got to go get paper towel. Oh no. When he finally fucking was able to like continue going, it was an entire 8-inch long fucking strip of the front of the soft cover of the fucking
Jesus
iPad.
Christ.
And and there's pink shit in his shit. So he shits that out. Jake takes him to the vet. They had to like give him IV fluids and shit and like this food to help bulk up his crap.
Mm-hmm.
My backyard looks like somebody took fucking like iPad soft case pieces and put it into a lawnmower mixed with shit and just shit it all over my yard.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, that
Kendrick Lamar song.
Here. Pull it up on your phone.
I don't know that I have it in here.
It's in my text messages, unless your text messages delete after a day.
They might delete. I've never checked those settings.
Then they're still there, I'm sure.
Let's see. When did you send it again?
Last week.
Was it last week? Okay, hang on.
Yeah. Dude, it's a maze. I played it last week on the podcast for Carlos, and of course I did that thing where Reuben, like, fucking does the thing where he plays the part of the song that's just not impressive.
Sorry, I'm at last week now. I'm trying to find it still.
It'll be easy to find because it's black with, like, teeth on it.
Yeah, but I'm
like
trying
my
to...
dick.
No, it's not.
No.
Fuck. No, that's weird though too because I have it back like 2 weeks and I don't.
All right, pull up your Apple Music and pull up the Black Panther soundtrack. The fuck was that?
It didn't have a lot of effort behind it.
It's like a queef.
I mean.
All right, this is like the most interesting part of the thing. But I will say, like, this song, I texted a buddy of mine about it. I'm like, this song made me fucking almost cry when I heard it.
Is it the Black Panther song?
No. It's the second one. It's called All the Stars.
Okay, hang on.
It's the second song on the soundtrack. Okay. And then he does a song with The Weeknd.
This is what I'm supposed to...
Yeah. Can you fast forward about
Now he wants me to
seconds.
fucking fast forward.
Hey, do you want the greatness?
This?
Yes.
I've heard this on the radio.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I've heard this on the radio before. I've definitely heard that.
It's so good.
I've definitely heard that.
Like, I have been on such a Kendrick Lamar kick recently.
Seen that in your Apple Music. Like when you, I've definitely seen
Dude,
that.
his Damn album is one of the best hip-hop records I've ever listened to. Now, granted, I'm sure that there are better hip-hop albums out there.
Sure.
I'm qualifying that with one of the best hip-hop albums I've ever listened to.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've listened to quite a bit of hip-hop.
I mean, I've seen, like I said, I've seen that you've been on like a bender for Kendrick Lamar
And
lately.
his Damn album, if you play it one way, I feel like if you play the album, okay, it's fantastic. And then if you resequence the songs to front to back,
I read that somewhere.
Totally different record.
I read that somewhere too. I think I read it somewhere, and I heard somebody else was telling me about that.
But
too.
literally, I've done it, and you play
my
it.
girlfriend at work told me about that.
If you play it backwards, it's a completely different record. Because like during the time, and it was on the podcast, Matt Polly, when I did the podcast with Matt, that got cut off after an hour and a half, which pissed me off. The fucking piece of shit laptop. God damn Audacity. Did I tell you that I was running like 2 software versions behind on Audacity, which was probably half the reason why it fucked up so bad?
Oh,
like, there's no way on Audacity to like, look for new.
Give you automatic updates.
Doesn't do automatic updates, and there's no way to like look through the software to find updates. You have to go to the Audacity site.
That's really shitty.
It is, but it's a free software, so I can't complain.
Oh, it is. So I could download that on my Mac.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. So then I can give you raw files, and you can start editing too.
Yeah. Well, those will sit for a while. Let's be honest.
I know. Like, I'm still getting text or tweets occasionally.
Damon.
The third Damon. I'm like, it's not going to happen.
The missing episode. The unfortunate thing now is that we don't have the raw files.
No.
Because
even if we had the raw files, it would still be fucked up.
I don't think it would be
because they have to be all in one spot. Trust me, because I lost an episode I did with Carlos one time and fixed it.
The full podcast is still on Jake's computer.
Right, but there are 3 different files for that. You need the Audacity file, the Buck file, and then you need like the entire massive file. Did I tell you? I did a purge at my laptop last weekend where I took all our final edits and put them on that thumb drive that's floating around my table here. And then I took all of the other Audacity files and all the raw cuts.
It eats up a ton of space.
93 gigs.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's what I'm saying. That episode in its full entirety exists on Jake's computer.
Oh,
but
before
what
it was
I
all
did
split
was
up?
I copied it. Like, I took pieces and copied it, whatever. So, but unfortunately, and it's not because of bad blood or anything. I just don't think that we'll ever get access to that again.
No.
So.
Oh, and yeah, I mean, I could ask him,
Damon.
but still. But we'll have him back on, and I found a different way to record through Skype.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, if we do audio only, and if he records through a PC that's hardwired in as opposed to Wi-Fi, works a lot better.
Yeah.
Or there's another program that we use for the other podcast. It's called Zoom, and it's like video conferencing.
Oh.
And we use that, and it worked pretty well.
Okay.
So.
Well, I think part of it too was that my internet connection at the house sucks from time to time.
Sure.
And his might have been kind of janky.
Well, that's the thing, too. When we record through that venue, we should probably be using like a hardwired connection.
Well, I think toward the end, when he was just on the phone with me, it was fine. I mean, you could tell
but
it was
then
on the
it's
phone,
still,
but it was fine. Like,
right.
I had that little extension here on the mic stand. It was fine.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But yeah, we'll get him back on at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
definitely.
but yeah,
He's
like
my brother.
Right from another mother.
From another mother.
So, but yeah, man, fucking. But yeah, that fucking.
This is us, though. No, we have to get back to that.
This is us.
Yeah, sorry.
So
we've been like, yeah.
I can't remember past 2 weeks ago. Just because I can't.
I'm trying to think. What was the episode a couple weeks ago?
Last week was the Deja episode. And
which she came back at the end.
Yeah, no, it was the full Deja episode.
Oh, yes, that's right. It was the week before where she came back at the end.
Right, she came back
at
the end. And that was a good episode.
People were pissing on last week, and I liked it.
Dude, yeah, it gave you some insight for her.
That's exactly why I liked it.
That's the thing about the show is that it's a character study for every single character. It gives you it gives you a reason to care about every single character.
Exactly.
And if you don't like it, hashtag go fuck yourself.
Well, that's just what I didn't understand because I did hear that feedback from several people, and I said,
well, even on your feed, you're like, oh, like it's on, and one of your friends was like,
Meh, it wasn't that good. And I was like, no, but you're stupid
But
because it's really fucking good. And it gives you the in-depth
right. It gives
about that
like
character.
where she's coming from and why she is emotionally where she is.
Right.
Now, the one thing that like I didn't realize because they never showed it, and they only it was like a passing thing on this most recent episode. Was that they went to court and her mother gave up her parental rights.
It was very, very brief, right? But I mean, if you remember at the end of last week, the mom left and
She
said,
said,
"I can't do this anymore." Right? But yeah, like they didn't really touch on that a whole lot. Although I think that they're going to come back to that.
They're going to have to.
They're
will.
Gonna
have to.
I really liked the way that the episode also ended this week. I mean, the whole episode was fantastically done.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, by the way, and Dan Fogelman has a movie coming out called This Is Life or something in the fall. He's the writer for This Is Us.
Oh, okay. He's one of the
creator or something. Yeah. But the way that they did this episode was fantastic. And
the really, cuts and the imagination feed.
The shit with Randall, though, man, there's a lot of controversy going on. Like, I've been reading a lot of stuff about when they flash forward to when he's older.
Mm-hmm. Like,
about whether that's his daughter. That's definitely his
but
daughter.
Who are they talking about?
Well, right. And so what I've been reading is that it's about Beth, and either she's dead, she dies, because if you notice, they never show his ring finger. Which I was like, oh shit, you're right, they didn't. Or they
had a falling out of some kind.
They had a falling out.
He and his daughter had or the daughter and her had a falling out.
The daughter and her had a falling out, or that she's like in a home or something. Or something happened. So
and then Deja's fucking up his car with a baseball bat with Jack's baseball bat at the end. Because that like they even made a point when he was driving around with Kevin. He's like, I know this car, you've paid cash for it, blah 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 blah. And then at the end, you just see Deja fucking it up because they're like,
because the
white person was like, oh, you look just like your dad,
just like your dad. Yeah,
and she looks at Kevin, and Kevin's like, hey. I don't understand why she would resent Kevin for it though.
I didn't catch that at all. I don't think she resented Kevin. I think that's not the impression that I got at all. I feel like after Toby's parents said that to her.
Well, Toby's parents are fucking shit.
Well, they're fucking, but at the same time, they don't know. So I can't blame them for that.
No, but I blame them for everything else.
For being assholes.
Yeah, dude. And Kevin and his dad was Kevin's dad from
Kevin
the Wonder
Arnold's dad,
Wonder Years, and then the mother,
Wendy Malick.
She was from
that show
Dream On HBO.
She was also on a show on NBC with David
Hasselhoff.
No.
Hyde Pierce.
No. What's the guy? God damn it! It was Just Shoot Me. That was the name of the show.
Oh, yes, she was. She was the boss.
Yeah. Well, not the boss. She was
like the boss's wife or some shit. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. What?
Dave Spade.
David Spade. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, she was on that, and then she was also in Cougar Town as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, was she?
I think she had a reoccurring cameo there.
I never watched that show, but
it wasn't a bad show. Yeah. It wasn't a bad show. It was on ABC for 3 seasons, and then moved to TBS or USA or something like that for a few seasons.
Then it was off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the episode last night, it was a great way to end the season.
It was perfect.
It was a really good way, and then Kevin finally finds love too.
Yeah, with the
cousin.
The cousin. Yeah, that was good.
I'm really excited for the fall to see what happens.
I don't want to wait.
I know. A lot of my other friends too are like, I don't want to wait, but I'm like, but you know what though? Think about that, because it could be like other shows, and then you have to wait until next year.
That could be like Game of Thrones. And I got to wait till 2019.
Well, right, that's
and the last season ended last year.
Right, I knew that I had heard that they were taking a year off.
Extended time off.
Yeah. So.
But I also heard with Game of Thrones, and I know you don't give a shit, but I hear that they're only going to do 6 episodes, but every episode is going to be a movie-length episode.
Really?
Yes.
And it's the last season, though.
It's the last season.
Yeah, that's why.
And then, because I also heard, too, that Amazon just bought Lord of the Rings.
Really?
And they're going to do a Lord of the Rings series, and they're dropping a deuce load of money.
Dude, Amazon's doing a ton of shit. That movie I was telling you about, Dan Fogelman, that's an Amazon Prime movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
it's going to be in the theaters.
Even Netflix is doing a ton of shit. Like I'm currently in the middle. I've got 2 episodes left of Jessica Jones.
Oh, okay.
Dude, you should watch Jessica Jones. I know.
Yeah.
It's fucking excellent though, because it's not so much a superhero show as it is a detective show, and it's really fucking good. And, Mike Coulter is in the first season.
Your man crush?
Such delicious chocolate. Dude, look up Mike Coulter. Just look it up.
Okay.
Look him up. He's delicious. Hey, Siri, show me a picture of Mike Coulter.
Let's see. Hang on a second.
Or go on to IMDb and look up Luke
Oh,
Cage.
by the way, did you hear? Oh, he is pretty cute. By the way, did you hear? So Transparent is coming back.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, but
Jeffrey
Jeffrey Tambor is gone. So
no, because of the allegations.
Well,
so
isn't he like the focus of the show?
Focus,
so what are they going to do? Kill him off?
I don't know what the hell they're going to do, because they do a character study, right, of all the other characters too. And he also has a very good friend who is like who's actually legitimately transsexual in real life.
Transgender.
I'm sorry, transgender. I don't know why I said transsexual. Well, anyway, thank you.
Because you're thinking of Dr. Frank Enfurter.
That's probably exactly what I'm thinking of. So there's a woman on the show, and I can't remember her name in real life, but I wonder if they're going to switch to focusing on her more.
Beavis Majibus.
And focusing on the fallout from the family, because I'm guessing they would have to kill off his character, or his character gets stuck in Israel and can't come home or something, because that's like where they ended last season. Really? Yeah, they were in Israel.
Gotcha.
So I don't know what the hell they're going to do, and I'm very bummed about that.
Right.
And
But they're keeping him for the newest season of Arrested Development.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of have to, I think.
Kind of. But the thing is, too, it's like it's like, I got to tread lightly here, ish. But, like, you can have an allegation for anything, but it doesn't make it true. But the problem is, and this is one of those times where, like,
everybody's super sensitive to it.
They're super sensitive, and this is like, it's, and it's hard, because as a man, I'm like, fuck, like, really, like, this could happen to anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at this point, like, everybody's like, oh, well, she said he did it, so he had to have done it.
Right.
And there's like, and it's almost like, like, you get a 20-year-old guy, he dates a 17-year-old girl, he gets statutory rape, he has to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life.
Right.
But was he really? He's not a sex offender.
No.
Like, granted, 20 and 17 is 3 years apart, and it's legal and not legal, and if a dad wanted to, or parents wanted to push the issue, they totally fucking could. But, like,
my parents could have done it when I was younger and dating a guy who was 21 when I was 17.
Yeah, and it just ruins that kid's life.
Yeah.
Or like, you're like these teenagers now that are sexting back and forth.
Right.
Is that still a thing? I don't even know if it's a thing.
But that's
like, you send your junk to a you're 15, you send a junk to your girlfriend, you get charged with kitty porn,
yeah.
And next thing you know, you're up the river.
Right.
And that ruins your life for the rest of your life.
Now, when you're somebody like that Mark Salling guy from Glee, who killed himself recently and who was up on charges, going to go to jail for the porn, the kitty porn, and I guess I haven't read it, but I guess somebody was telling me that they did do more searching, I guess, in his personal effects, his computer, and it was even worse than what they thought. It was like younger children and stuff too. From
and that's where I'm like, you know what?
That,
good.
Yeah, for that, there's no fucking excuse.
No,
there's no fucking excuse.
Nope.
But like you said, like, when it's a case of like somebody who's 17, a girl who's 17, a guy who's 20, like,
19 for that matter.
Even 19, yeah, exactly. Even 18. Let's think about it. 18,
yeah, 18
and 17,
is...
same thing. So, I understand what you're saying, to tread lightly and stuff too. But I, as a woman who's been in those situations and whatever, I think it's far too prominent now, and I think that people are so hyper focused on it that every little fucking thing is, and it's kind of the culture that we live in now. Anyway,
but I'd also hate to think that people are people can be opportunistic.
They can be opportunistic, and I think also people can be hypersensitive to things. Well, he said this to me. This is what he really meant.
Right.
And again, and I'm not trying to diminish.
Well, and I mean, it's even like Ryan Seacrest is in trouble now too.
Yeah,
about
I heard about that. What
like
the fuck
apparently
happened?
he rubbed his junk up against his stylist. So what?
On purpose or on fucking accident, walking past her and his dick just happened to touch her leg?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, though. Like, everything is so hypersensitive right now.
That's
like,
what I mean too. Yeah.
I mean, fuck. And I try to talked to Carlos about this kind of right when the whole, like when it was huge and everybody was getting pointed right after
The
Weinstein and all that. Like every guy, I don't care who you are, every guy has more than likely been in a situation where it wasn't yes, but it wasn't no.
Sure.
Or like you thought you were being cute and you know,
and it wasn't interpreted that way.
And it wasn't interpreted that way, and you made somebody feel very uncomfortable. So and it was just a complete misunderstanding.
Right.
So should you be persecuted 15 years down the line because, well, you know, Reuben said that I had really nice legs and I didn't appreciate that, and I feel like I've been tarnished for my whole life and I have PTSD from it. Like, really?
I completely agree with you.
You know, like when Dustin Hoffman, like shit was like I don't know, he was accused too for shit that happened in the 80s. I'm like,
really?
I'm like, it's Dustin Hoffman. You could sneeze and knock him over. Like,
I hate saying that, and I could get like skewered for saying this as a woman, but I don't.
Like, I get like being afraid and
Sure.
you know, like
I've been afraid. I know what that fucking feels like.
I mean, not just afraid for your personal well-being, but afraid for like, you know, your career. Well, Dustin Hoffman's,
I see what you're saying.
You know, he's a guy that could make or break your career. He's respected in Hollywood.
Sure.
He is this type of guy. But at the same time, it's like are we? It's that victim shaming, you know, like, because see, and it's something that like I've been thinking about like since all this shit went down, and it's like it makes me uncomfortable.
Well, did I tell you what happened? Did I tell you what happened to me a couple months ago?
Mm-mm.
I went out on a date with this guy, first date, and he kept trying to put his fucking hand up the back of my dress, and I was like, dude, you're in mixed company. My friends are here. Stop that. Like, that's inappropriate.
Right.
He screamed and yelled at me later and told me that I was sex shaming him because what he was doing was coming from a place of affection. And I'm like,
not on the first date, I said.
Not on the first fucking date. And now I'm not going to call the cops on you because it's not like anything like that. But dude,
you could throat punch him. That's fine.
How fucking dare you scream at me, first of all, to tell me that I'm sex shaming you? And who the fuck are you? Sex shaming you?
Yeah.
Really? Because I could have turned that around and said that you were sex shaming me.
Or you're sexually harassing you.
Or sexually harassing me. Like, I didn't do that. I told you several times to get your fucking hand out from under my dress.
Yeah, that's inappropriate.
How many like how many times do I have to say, well, your friends didn't see it? Really? Because 5 of them told me that they saw it.
And what does it matter if they saw it or they didn't see it?
Exactly. It's about me, how I feel.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I'm surprised that after the second time it happened, you didn't just punch him in his throat.
You know, I didn't. And honestly, like looking back, I probably should have now, but we were among friends and I didn't want to cause a scene. But see,
sorry, those are the exact moments where a scene needs to be caused.
It does, but
Pull your
again,
knife.
as a woman, I didn't want to cause a scene. And it's not like I consciously was like, oh, it's because of the X, Y, and Z. But I was just in the back of my head, I was like, I don't want to cause a scene. I don't want to draw attention to this. Like, you know, maybe because then I start, well, am I making a big deal out of it? Then
no.
you start, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
Like I know it might be harder not to be a dick, but for you to like put yourself in that mindset.
No, I understand.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I get it.
and I hope he's fucking listening to this because, dude, that's exactly how you made me feel.
Right.
And when you screamed at me and told me that you were sex shaming me, what the fuck, dude?
Sex shaming.
And
That's not even a thing.
No, not. I mean, that was just, it was coming from a place of affection.
Like,
no.
slut shaming is a thing. Sex shaming, not a thing.
Thank you.
You know? And maybe he's a slut, so we're slut shaming you now, you fuck. Come at me, bro.
Right.
Fucking cunt punch you.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Like, I kind of derailed.
Yeah,
I kind of derailed that. For
no,
a
yeah,
minute,
but I mean,
so.
it's
relevant. It's along the same.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Not irrelevant. It's relevant.
Yeah.
So, but fucking dudes are dicks. I'll get it, and you know, and it's all how they're raised.
Sure.
You know,
but
like,
again, coming back to like the coming back around again though too, I do think that people can be too sensitive to things, and I'm not saying that women don't feel those things sometimes, but much to your point, like. This is where I get torn too, like 15, 20 years later.
But then again, at the same time, like, you wouldn't have Cosby coming to light if it weren't for all these women coming out 15, 20 years later.
Right. That's why I'm saying that's why I get torn. Right.
Even then, it's like
Natalie Imbruglia torn.
Dude, she had a place in my heart.
Sorry. I had to get that little one in there.
I'm a lot of faith. This is how I feel.
Yep.
Dude, she was so pretty.
She still is.
Dude, and she had those DSLs, dude. Total DSLs. Hell to the yes.
Yeah.
After we just talk about
After we just talk about that, then
shit.
we're talking about her dick sucking lips.
Right.
But yeah, I just you're right. Like that stuff wouldn't have come to light. So it's just it's such a weird balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I shouldn't even say balance. It's just such a weird dichotomy.
You know what? It's weird because I just read this comic. Like I bought Grayson like this big trade paperback of Superman books from
nice.
And it's all based off of like the Superman cartoon TV show that came out in like the early 2000s, late 2000s, something like that. Early 2000s, late 90s, somewhere in there.
Uh-huh.
And the one comic that's in it is it's about this character called Livewire.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a female supervillain. And she can transmit herself through electricity and through sound waves and stuff like that. And that's how like she does what she does. And she basically takes Metropolis by ransom. And her whole thing is not even by ransom. She's just like, look, I've come to the point where, trying to hold the city for ransom is stupid. She's like, I've turned this new leaf, and I realized that the big problem in the world today is men. And so she goes on to the airwaves and the media of all types, and she censors it. So, like, the news would come on, and every time that the male newscasters would come on to do the report, it would go to static.
Wow.
Like, every time, she's like, at the Daily Planet, like, the female newscaster comes on, and she's like, at the Daily Planet today, all the male reporters, every time that they would write a sentence, it would be immediately deleted from their laptops.
Wow.
So she was wiping everything out. She's like, and Livewire says something to the effect of, I believe in gender equality. The men had it for thousands of years, and now it's the women's turn.
Wow.
And how like this was, could have been 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That this fucking comic book was published.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it's so weird because at the very end of it, like, they have to take her out because she's just causing too much damage. And like her big thing is she's going to take out Superman. I want to take out Superman because, he's Superman.
He's a dude, right.
And they basically like use an EMP and they like zap her, and then Lex Luthor goes too far and zaps her in the back and like incapacitates her to the point where she's barely breathing. And they put her on a cot. They put her in an ambulance, and you don't see the EMTs, but they start like objectifying her verbally. Oh, she's pretty hot for a villain. She this, that, the other. When are these women? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's so like, but it's not in the sense of like, oh, the dudes are right for saying this shit. It's like, it proves the point.
Right.
And this is 20 years ago in comics.
Right.
Which is male dominated like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So it was just, it's interesting that we're talking about this. And I literally just read that story when we came down.
Wow.
Before I came downstairs to do this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And of course, like, it's like, oh, these broads this, these broads that, and blah, blah. So, of course, I'm like self-editing before I like tell it to Grayson.
Of course.
Like, I don't need him like hearing that. He's too young for that now.
Oh, completely.
But he likes the character because she's all blue.
Sure.
So, but yeah, so it's one of those where I'm like self-editing and like, as he gets older, we'll get deeper into it and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but now's not the time.
Now's not the time. So, but yeah, so, all right.
So we're running short a little bit on time.
Yeah,
just
so.
because it's a school night.
Right. What are you consuming?
My boyfriend. Ha, ha,
Ew.
ha. But I'm...
It's like that, you saw Haggard, right? The Bam Margera movie?
Yes, with Ryan Dunn.
I want to play the field of dicks.
Yep.
Ew.
What am I consuming? So I just it's going to be tonight. Actually, is the season finale, the American Crime Story, the assassination of that show. Have you been watching it?
No, but I was listening to a podcast today. I was listening to Your Mom's House, and they were talking about how great it is.
It is fantastic. Now, granted, some of the stuff is for dramatic effect,
of course.
right?
Well,
of
same
course.
thing with the American
OJ.
versus OJ, which was done by the same people.
Same people, right. Fantastic show. And the guy who plays Versace on the show looks so much like the real Gianni Versace.
Really?
It is incredible. Such a good show. So I'm excited to see the season finale. I likely won't be able to watch it until the weekend.
Sure.
Probably like Sunday. Oh no, I can't even do it Sunday. Fuck. I'm supposed to go to a show on Sunday night. Haha.
Where is Dana going and who's she gonna see?
Supposed to go see Glenn Hansard on Sunday. So, but my friend who I'm supposed to go with, like, she's been having some family like illness going on right now. So
bring the boy.
Huh?
Bring the boy.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that shakes out. So, but yeah, what else have I been consuming? It's been tough because I have been like living it up and being like in dating world and hanging out with my boyfriend a lot. So, we actually did watch, and damn it, he said that you had seen the doc about the people in West Virginia, the White family or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
the documentary that was done by Johnny Knoxville.
Is that? Yes, that's right. It was a
The Wild
production.
and Willie Whites of West Virginia or whatever.
Yes.
Great documentary.
We
Those
watched
people
it.
are fucking nuts.
They're fucking crazy. And we watched it, but it's also so sad. Like, we watched it on Sunday after he came over and helped me. Like, he did like projects around my house. I'm like, what? Oh my God. But yeah, we watched it, and it was like there were parts where it was funny, but like I say funny because what else can you do but laugh
right
at certain parts?
And I'm watching it like, damn, that's my family.
Well,
oh, that's my family too.
There was one part where they were talking to the one. I can't remember.
It's been a few years since I've seen it.
Okay, well, they were talking to the one kid, and he had a shaved head. I'm not going to spoil it, but he had a shaved head.
It's been 10 years.
Well,
since
I'm going
it's
to
been
spoil
out.
it after I say this. So, he had a shaved head, and I kind of look at Mike and I go, "That motherfucker in jail," and he starts laughing, and of course, then they zoom out, and you can see him in the fucking orange jumpsuit.
Yeah,
he goes, "I can't believe that you got that right away," and I'm like, "Well, he was against a white brick wall talking,
right?"
And there was like you could tell he's clearly was not in a trailer. So, but yeah, that family is just
nutty.
But again, I guess it's a very good punctuation on you are a product of your fucking environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's very, very. It's on Netflix, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it's still on Netflix. If not, it's on Amazon for sure.
Is it on? Oh, maybe that's where it was.
I
Maybe
haven't
it was
seen
on
it.
Prime.
Like I said, I haven't seen it forever. You want to move your phone because it's getting picked.
Is that what's doing?
I had to yell at Carlos about that like 4 times last week. Move your phone. Every time you put it on, the wires are close to it. It goes tick, tick, tick.
No, I'm glad that you mentioned that because
it doesn't come through on the podcast, but I can hear it in my ears. It's annoying.
could hear it too, so I wasn't sure, but yeah, so that was interesting. We're gonna watch Wonder Woman soon too. Finally,
it's about time.
I know we haven't watched it yet though. Well, we've been out every weekend though, like meeting friends and hanging out with friends and stuff.
Like, what do you mean you haven't seen The Evil Dead 2 yet? We watched it last week.
There's another
it's funny
movie.
and gory and
There's another movie he wants me to see. It's with Sean Penn, and I guess it was about some like punk rock band that he was in or something like that. That not like in real life, but his character.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name of it. So that's something else that we're going to be watching soon. But as far as like music consumption, I've really been listening to Kelly Hogan's 2 solo efforts a ton lately. Fantastic. I can't get over it.
Yeah.
So that's Ricky Dog. That's really what
I
I've
think
been.
Kirsten's coming down too.
That's what I figured. Hi, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
But that's
Hey,
really
Ricky.
what I've been kind of listening to. I mean, I admittedly have been a little bit boring lately, but I've been busy and work's also been very crazy.
Right.
So, what about you? What have you been consuming?
Oh, you know what it is? Ricky has been upstairs. I put him on the bed with Grayson. So I bet Kirsten just went upstairs and let him down. I'm sure he's been upstairs like whining and crying, and we've not even heard him.
Poor
Whatever.
buddy.
But then again, we got the heated blanket, so he's probably just laying up on the bed like,
Probably.
So what have I been consuming?
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick. Lots of Kendrick. I watched The End of the Fucking World. It's a Netflix show. It's been on. It was
yeah, the British. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
finished
yes.
watching that, and that's excellent. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Did you? We're gonna have to finish watching it because we did start watching that.
Yeah,
too.
I did a spoiler on the last episode, so when I say skip forward 5 minutes, skip forward 5 minutes.
Okay.
if you even bother to listen. And then, did you finish watching Everything Sucks?
No, I was going to ask you. I'm almost. I can't. How many episodes is
I think it's 10.
Is it only 10? So I'm like at the second to last one then, because
Yeah,
I binged it a few weeks ago. I
it's
binged
so
it when I was
cute.
sick.
Yeah, and like everybody was like, "Oh, it's just it's not as good as
It's
Freaks
a ripoff
and
of Freaks
Geeks."
and Geeks. Well,
No, it's kind of not
right
at all.
Like,
I mean,
didn't
like
think
yes, there are similarities, but then again, it's a high school show,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But like even Freaks and Geeks, there was no drama club, and it wasn't like that's the whole thing. It was like the drama club versus the AV club, and
Right.
you know, it's like you didn't
It's
have like
different.
this.
It's a different
It's
storyline.
cute, and it's like the music is everything we love, and
Yes.
the fashion is like everything that we love,
Yes.
and because it was set in '96
That's right. It
in
was 96.
in Boring, Oregon.
Yeah,
You know, which is an actual place.
it is. It is.
But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was so cute.
I can't
like,
wait to finish it then, because like I said, I'm almost at the end.
Yeah, and where it ends up, like where the main girl,
Mm-hmm.
where she ends up, and like she finally comes, she came out to all her friends, but I still don't think she came out to her dad.
Okay.
But like that whole situation's cute. The movie that they make is cute.
Aww.
Like it's a cute movie or a cute series. It's really I'm not saying cute in a diminishing way, but it's just one of those where it's just like it just brings back all of the feels and the nostalgia of that era.
Sure.
You know, so it was really, really good. I really
I'm
enjoyed
excited
it.
to finish it.
Yeah, it was cute. I really liked it.
Good.
What else have I been consuming? This
Have
is
you
hard.
watched Fleabag yet on
No,
Amazon
I haven't.
Prime?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, so good.
No, I'm sure. I just haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
I'm still I'm catching up with Jessica Jones. I got 2 episodes of that left.
Sure.
Seriously, of all of the Marvel shows that are on Netflix right now, I can probably say that Jessica Jones is my favorite.
Did you watch The Punisher yet?
Oh, I've watched all of them. Yeah, The Punisher was great.
The new one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've watched them all.
Nice.
You know, and The Punisher was excellent as well, but Jessica Jones is the only one next to Daredevil that's actually got a second season put out. So
okay.
everything else has only had the 1 season. And actually, Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, is going to be at C2E2 this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it'll be cool to see him.
Nice.
But yeah, it's excellent. Like Kristen Ritter is just amazing to begin with. Are you familiar?
Mm-mm.
She's been. You will know her to see her. Raven black hair, really
Okay.
like translucent skin. Like she's got that porcelain white skin.
She glows in the dark.
Yeah. But she's been in everything. Like she's always like the bitchy neighbor, or she was in a TV show on ABC called Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
I know who you're talking about.
She was
now.
the bee in Apartment 23.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but she plays Jessica Jones.
Any relation to John Ritter?
No. Carlos asked the same thing
No?
last week, but yeah, there's no relation to John Ritter at all.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's an excellent show. She's a detective. She's a detective, and she's got a chip on her shoulder, and she's an alcoholic.
Okay.
And she just fucks people. She's like whatever. She's just angry all the time, and yeah, she would have totally been my type of chick in college if I wasn't dating Lady Voldemort. Did I tell you I had a dream about Lady Voldemort recently?
You did.
Yeah, so it was weird.
Yeah, you did, which is crazy.
Seriously. But yeah, so I've been watching that. Kendrick, listen to me a lot of Bjork.
Yeah, you texted me the other day and said that.
Yeah,
too.
I've been listening to Post, Telegram, and Debut a
Okay.
lot. Those 3 albums are fucking incredible.
They are good albums.
Yeah, and people used to shit all over Telegram because that was like the remix album of the first 2. But it's a great.
Yeah.
And actually, that was my real full-on first full Bjork album.
Really?
Yeah, it was a promo disc that we had at Sam Goody, and
Interesting.
like I'd heard the singles and stuff off their 2 previous albums, but I'd never really heard the record.
Sure.
You know, any of the full albums. And my first introduction to a lot of those full songs were the remixes that were on the Telegram album, and actually you almost prefer some of the remixes to the original versions.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then I saw Black Panther.
I know you were so excited about that.
So good. It was so good. And then the Avengers is coming out. Then Deadpool 2.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited for
And then the next Star Wars movie is coming out.
that. Meh.
Eh.
Yeah.
And then there was one other that I liked. Studio Movie Girl sent me an email, and they're like, these are the next 8 movies that are coming out for the summer, and I'm like, yes, 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 nah, yeah, nah. So, but Black Panther crossed $1 billion already in a month.
Did it?
Yeah, and it's the first time a solo Marvel movie has crossed the $1 billion mark.
Really?
Since Iron Man 3, and I think that came out in like 2011 or something like that. Yeah, like the team up movies like have gotten that, but like the ones that just have like the solo name. Yeah. Dude, it's excellent. It's fantastic. And I love the fact that, you know, it was directed by an African American.
Sure.
It's a largely black cast.
Sure.
I don't want to say African American because I'm sure not all of them are American.
Sure.
But like every black actor you know is in it for the most part, with the exception of like James Earl Jones and Wesley Snipes and Denzel Washington. But like Forrest Whitaker's in it. Like everybody's in it. It's so excellent. It's such a good movie, and it's so well acted. And just the cultural ramifications of the movie in itself are just fantastic. Like, it's such a good movie. And, like, there's joy in the movie, you know, but there's some fucked up stuff in the movie as well.
Sure.
Andy Serkis is in it. He's a white guy. He does a lot of the motion capture acting. So he played Gollum in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Okay.
But he did the voice, but he also did all the motion capture stuff for it. He was the... one of the main ape in the Return of the Ape, or the Planet of the Apes movies, the recent trilogy. Like that's what he's known for, is doing these motion capture things. But you actually see him like as himself in this movie. Holy the shit! Like he's a big guy.
Is
like
he?
You would always see like in these movies, like, you know, he always plays these like lithe little characters. You don't really see him play anything that's like, you know, of any substance. Like,
well,
I don't
not
want to say
substance,
but
that's
like
not the right word.
Physically dense characters, and you see him, and he's just like this big, like burly guy. I'm like, holy shit! Now I'm sure he may have bulked up for the movie, but like,
sure,
I was like, whoa, you know. And then Martin Freeman's in it. He was in the British version of The Office. He kind of had the Jim character on the British version of The Office.
Okay.
He was also in Lord of the Rings as well. He played Bilbo Baggins.
Okay.
But he's one of those guys where you see his face and you're like, that guy. I know who that guy is.
Okay.
So. But yeah, he was in it because he's been in a bunch of stuff as well, like a bunch of BBC stuff. He was in the most recent Sherlock Holmes series with Benedict Cumberbatch. And he plays Watson in the BBC new Sherlock.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fucking excellent. God damn, I want to go see it again. It's so good.
That's what I've heard from all my friends who have seen it.
And then I want to see Wrinkle in Time too.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that too.
Like at first I'm like, Oprah, but now I'm like, oh, I don't know, man.
It looks pretty good.
It looks really good.
It looks pretty good.
And Mindy Kaling's in it.
Yeah, I know.
I think she's so cute.
I love her. I love her. So yeah, I definitely want to see that movie too.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably end up having to catch that on video. But dude, been watching the Mad Max movies.
Oh, jeez.
Like I've literally watched the first 3 movies in the last couple days, and they're fun. Like the first movie may as well just be called Mad Meh. But because he didn't really get to be Mad Max until like the last 10 minutes of the movie. Sure. There was like a lot of build up to a kind of a ending. But like the second movie, which was called Mad Max 2 in Australia, but when it came here, it was called The Roadrunner.
Okay.
Road Warrior. And then Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, which had Tina Turner in it.
I remember that because I remember her costume for the movie.
Not Whitney Houston, as Carlos said last week.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's like,
No, it was Tina Turner.
Yeah, it was and I was just like, yeah. But I was having major brain fart last week. Like, I couldn't remember shit last week. I don't know what my problem was, but like, my brain was not hitting on all cylinders last week. But yeah, it was Tina Turner played Auntie.
Yeah, because she made the song that I learned how to. That's it. Hero. And I taught myself how to play that on keyboard.
Shitty flute.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, and then Mad Max Fury Road. I haven't watched that one again, but that one's so good. Like Charlize Theron's in it, and who's that really sexy guy that played Bane? See, now my brain's failing me again. Tom Hardy is in it. He plays Max. So, but yeah, I've been watching all of those. Oh, they're so good.
Nice.
Yeah. So, what's been chumming your waters?
Nice. Work.
Really?
Honestly, it's been work. I'm just feeling super stressed out. I'm doing the job of like 8 fucking people, and I can't really get too in depth about things, but work has been chumming my waters.
Really?
On like a sad note, and it's not really that it's been chumming my waters so much, but the divorce is going to be final
Next week.
Next week, yeah. So, yeah, that was a little bit of a kick when I got the email saying, this is our court date and blah, 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 blah. So,
Well, it's a chapter that's closed, and you know what happens when you close one chapter?
another one.
You start writing the next one.
Absolutely. And I mean, and it's not because it's not regretful. It's not because I don't, it's not because this isn't the right thing. It's just a,
It's just
just
a closure.
sad.
Well, it's like for us, Grayson and Bobby's daycare is closing.
Yeah.
So we went on a visit today to another daycare.
Sure.
And, so.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So, but that's what's, like I said, I can't go into too many details about
Sure.
the work thing. But
Yeah.
what about you?
Mine's so like innocuous, which is really what the chumming of the waters ought to be. But like steps that are more than a gate, like the human gate, like a step, like when you're walking and you have a step, like, and they're kind of like platform steps. So they're like not you can't really get like a good 2 steps in, but it's more like a step and a half, but not quite, but it's like a step and a quarter. And you can't really time your steps properly because like whoever did it was either Paul Bunyan or a midget, and you just can't like wrap I always trip. And it could be sunny with dry in the desert with like, people blowing it with air, and I will trip on them fucking stairs, man. I swear to God, I did it yesterday. I'm like, why? Why don't you just make normal ass steps or just make a ramp? That would make life a lot easier. But no, you got to put a 13.5-inch step on the place. And then, or like some courthouses and stuff like that, like or a fancier old building. Why are your steps like 4.5 inches tall? That's doing nobody. They're like, it's at that point where like, they're like, well, Mortimer, what can we do today? Oh, let's put these things, let's build 1,000 steps so it makes it look like you're walking up to the halls of justice. No. You know what it does? You're an asshole. And you just wasted resources. Oh. Yeah, so that's my chumming my water this week.
Nice.
Fucking bullshit. Stairs. Fuck yourself.
Fuck stairs.
So... All right, so by the time this comes out, I will be resting on the sunny shores of Florida, and Dana will be pounding the pavement at Wyke.
And I'll be basking in the glory of
48-degree weather.
Yeah, of being in Illinois still, yeah.
So, but for this week, I'm Reuben.
I'm Dana.
Be kind to one another.
And don't fuck things up.
Right. Don't put your dick in a light socket.
Exactly.
Hey guys, this is Carlos, your favorite Greeksican, here to tell you how you can reach out to us, connect with us, and let us know how you're doing, all through social media. You can reach out to us on Twitter at popgoulash, email us at popgoulash42@gmail.com. You can catch us on facebook.com/popgoulash. Instagram, if you want to see our amazing pictures, pop_goulash_Reuben, that's REUBEN. Or we would love to hear your beautiful voices. Give us a call, 224-325-4235.